Hi, my name is Eric Worrell, and I am extremely happy in my marriage. And I should tell you that because what we're looking at here are two different dating profiles that I've created on Match.com. And the reason I did these is I wanted to show you a way that you can tweak the copy in your About Us page on your website. So let's dive into the computer. I'm going to take you into a screencast of exactly what I tested out here and showing you how you can use it for your website. All right, so what we're looking at here is two identical profiles. Everything is the same on these except for the location. As you can see in profile 1, we're looking at Columbus, Ohio. And then in profile 2, we're looking at Indianapolis in Indiana. The reason I chose these two cities is they're within 20,000 of each other for population, and they're also in the same geographical area, relatively speaking, if you're talking about the United States. Now, the only other difference in these two profiles is the section that is called In My Own Words, essentially telling you about myself. Everything else is the same. You can see in profile 1 that it got 319 views, and I'm not really concerned with like favorites or photos. I'm interested in emails. So this one got 2 emails total, all right? So when you're looking at your website, there is a metric called visitor to lead ratio. So that is how many visitors you get in versus how many leads you get out. So if you're looking at this match profile, the way you can kind of look at it is similar to your website. How many visitors, how many views did I get? How many leads did I get back out of it? So what you would do is you would take that number of 2 leads and you would divide it by 319 views, and that would give you 0.0063, and then you can times that by 100 to give you your percentage. So we're looking at 0.63% was the visitor to lead ratio on profile 1. Now, profile 2 got less views, could just be for the fact that maybe there's less people on Match in that city, but we got 4 emails on this profile, so we doubled the emails with less views. So again, you can put it through the visitor to lead ratio calculation, and you do 4 divided by 256, and that equals 0.0156. So what we're looking at there after you times that by 100 is a lead ratio of 1.6%, which is more than 2.5 times better than profile 1. So the only difference, like I said, besides the city that these are located in, is the In My Own Words. So let's take a look at that now. So if we're looking at profile 1 in the In My Own Words section here, this is kind of something that you might see on a dating profile. It's the person kind of telling the person what they want to hear, and it's kind of vague. And as far as it comes to your About Us page, it's called ad speak. These are just the things that kind of blend in because it doesn't stand out whatsoever. You're not really saying anything bold, and you're also not really saying much about yourself. You're just kind of saying the things you do. This is probably a common error in dating profiles, I would assume, but it's definitely a common error when it comes to creating an About Us page on your website. You don't want to just tell people what you do, you want to tell them why you do it. So you may be familiar with Simon Sinek from his famous TED Talks. He's coined the phrase start with why, and he also talks about the golden circle. The golden circle is what you can see right here. And what he says is that most companies start with the what, and they don't tell you about the why. And the why is the reason that people actually do business with you. So when it comes to this dating profile, I'm talking about the what. Over here on the right-hand side, In My Own Words here, you can take a look at this, and this is just a series of I believe statements. Now I used I because it's just the singular, but if it's your company, you would talk about we believe on your About page. Now, when you start telling people about your beliefs and your ideals and the way you see the world, that's when you're going to start touching in on the why what you do instead of the what. So that is the biggest mistake that you'll see on the About Us page is you're talking about the what. We sell, widgets. We do this. We've been in business this long. This is the consumer is always right, and we always cherish you, and blah 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 blah. You want to talk about the why you do business, and an easy way to tell people that is to tell them what you believe. And the reason for that is we tend to bond with people who have similar beliefs. Roy H. Williams said that, and he's the person that actually turned me on to this idea of using belief statements on your About Us page. So even though this has just been set up through the weekend, I believe the reason that in the very early stages this profile is outperforming the other profile is because I'm actually connecting with them over shared beliefs. So let's take a look what this looks like on a website. So if you get to our website, you'll see that there is no About Us page. It's just a We Believe page. We did this because Roy H. Williams, who came up with this idea, recommended that you'll get a much better click-through rate if people see We Believe. So we're actually going to be tweaking this here in the near future, but you can see just our profiles, my kind of creepy floating head there. But we have our We Believe statements. And as you go through these, someone can read these and they can decide if this is a company that they see the world in the same light, or if this is maybe somebody they don't want to do business with. But these belief statements are much more powerful at opening up a bond with a potential customer rather than just saying, hi, we're a marketing and advertising firm located in Buffalo, New York, and we've been in business for 5 years. And, we think that you're a great customer, blah, 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 ad speak. So you can list out your belief statements. And the way you start this is just have a pad of paper or use a Word document. And on the left-hand side, just write out, we believe, we believe, we believe, we believe. And then start to fill in those statements based on things you've noticed about your company and your organization. The things that really matter to you and get you excited and are just built into the DNA of your company and the way you operate and handle yourselves when you're dealing with not only customers, but just life in general. Once you have those statements, you place them on your website, change the About Us label on your menu navigation to We Believe, and then post those statements. So this is a very easy and simple way to do this, lining these statements up. If you want to get a little bit more complex, you can actually create a video, which I'm going to show you actually in the next scene. And this is a great way to introduce the people on your team while also introducing your beliefs at the same time.
We believe creativity is a crutch that will never outrun the truth.
We believe that being creative is the first step in making advertising that fails.
We believe everyone should feel safe and loved, especially children.
So that was just a snippet of our We Believe video. If you want to watch the full version, just click on the We Believe tab up above. And if you feel like you've learned something and you want to share it with your own community, feel free to click on the share buttons below, and then we'll share this post for you. And lastly, if you're not getting our weekly emails yet, you can enter your first name and email here. And we send out a weekly email on Wednesday afternoon, and that is geared towards building your brand in the minds of your community and your marketplace. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully you learned something. And I got to get busy deactivating some dating profiles. And thanks to my wife for letting me run this little experiment. And I will be in touch soon. All right, take care.